Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show, where I bring you new providers, new technologies, and introduce you to the best professionals in the industry, all so you can make informed decisions. Today, I'd like to welcome Robby Gulri, the head of the Office of Partner Success for RapidScale. Robby has also held solutions engineering positions at RapidScale. Prior to joining RapidScale about 4 years ago, he was the co-founder of Seva Security. Robby, you made it! You're on the Top Gun Show!
Unbelievable, Steve. Thank you for having me. This is going to be hopefully really fun for you, me, and everybody who's watching and listening.
And it's going to be a life changer, man. You're going to get movie offers. I mean, it's just going to go on and on.
Always been a dream, so thank you for that.
All right. Well, let's just jump into it. You're a smart guy. What are some of the biggest trends you're seeing in cloud computing adoption and usage right now?
Yeah, I get these questions all the time. So at RapidScale, part of a partner success, as the job says, and the title says, my job is to go out and educate and evangelize and really articulate the value of what RapidScale does and obviously what all the capabilities that cloud bring. I get this question all the time, like what can we do in the cloud? A lot of conversations lately have been around AI. Hey, how can I make my company more data driven? How can I generate insights from a lot of the data that I already own? How can I converge that data with third-party data? And so often, a lot of organizations who ask that question ask it from a data view, but rarely ask it from a cloud view. So a lot of what we're seeing is migrations of workloads to the cloud, especially in the public cloud, leveraging AWS, leveraging the capabilities on Azure and Google. So data-driven is probably the number one answer. Number two is a lot of organizations, the bigger they get, they're starting to think about a multi-cloud strategy. They don't want to put all their eggs in one basket. And they're constantly looking at ways of diversification, looking at ways of how do I cost optimize, and how do I make sure that I am compliant and secure regardless of the multi-cloud sort of environments that I'm on. So we're seeing a lot of those questions come to us as well from a little bit more mature organizations.
Love it. That's a great recap. So the next question is, and it kind of tailors onto that one. How are businesses leveraging the cloud to drive digital transformation and improve their operations?
Yeah, I remember, again, I'm old, I'm 52 years old. And back in the day when I had to go and, set up a server, I had to go to Micro Center. I'd buy a machine. I would install an operating system on it. I would patch the operating system. Then I would add some other server software like Exchange or SQL Server or whatever. We all know in technology, those days are way behind us. And so often as organizations start looking at workloads in the cloud, they're thinking about it not necessarily just from a technology perspective, they're thinking about it from a scalability perspective. How quickly can I get off the ground without me having to go to Micro Center? How can I map to my variable business? Let's say I've got a business that is sort of requires scalability in December because the holiday season's coming up. So they're looking at it from a resource allocation perspective. They're looking at it from a cost optimization perspective as well, because they're saying, wow, I didn't know I could run a bunch of things on one physical machine and then virtualize it in the cloud. So ultimately it boils down to how do I do less, more with less in the cloud, and how do I get my business processes enabled on the cloud so I can really, be bigger, faster, smarter, and be more competitive in whatever industry that I'm in.
Love it. Good stuff. Well, this next question, the second to last question here, you could probably spend a full week answering it, but we don't have that much time. How are technologies like AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and IoT, Internet of Things, impacting businesses across different industries?
You're right, Steve. We could probably spend days talking about that. But if you think about where we are, it's the inflection point. It's the perfect storm. Cloud computing is generally fairly nominal in terms of cost structures. The ability to extract data from a multitude of sources is there. And a lot of the software and the math models that are available to us to really take advantage of all the data that we own and the data that's available in the public. Like I said, we're at a perfect storm. So what companies are starting to think about is, man, instead of me guessing, could I actually be a lot more insightful with the data that I own? Can I generate insights that help me predict things before they start really happening? Can I start targeting my customers in ways that I've never targeted them before? Can I start being more efficient operationally, leveraging the data that I have, and look at gaps in my current business processes? So there are so many use cases and examples of organizations using AI to just be, again, faster, stronger, and more optimized for the business world today, and obviously what's coming down the line in 2025 and way beyond.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, I feel like if we look back 20 years from now to this point in time in 2024, we're going to think, man, we were infants with that technology. We're just starting to learn what we can do with it. So it's a great time to be in telecom. I think it's so very, very exciting. Which your answer was well put. Well put. Well, Robby, I know you're a big fan of the Top Gun show. I know there are millions and millions of people watching you right now. Why don't you tell the viewers a fun and little known fact about yourself?
Wow. Well, a lot of folks who know me know this, but the millions of people that are watching this show, I outside of being an engineer and a degree in mathematics and all the technical stuff, a little fun fact is I learned English watching baseball. I'm a huge baseball fan. I moved from India when I was 9, almost 10 years old. And, I would literally do play-by-play to myself. I'd watch the Atlanta Braves. I live and work mostly out of Atlanta. And I would turn down the volume to my little 12-inch TV with rabbit ears, and I would watch TBS. And I would literally pretend like I was Harry Carey or Skip Carey or Ernie Johnson. And so often when people meet me for the first time, they're like, your voice isn't supposed to come out of your mouth and your body. So I get that a lot. And so I owe all that to my fanaticism really with baseball.
What a great answer. I love that. You're not I know RapidScale is in Southern California. You're not a Dodger fan, are you?
I am not a Dodger fan. I am an Atlanta Braves fan through and through.
Good. Then I'll go ahead and finish this interview and not cut you off and and erase the footage, my friend. I'm a San Francisco Giants fan.
We'll do another podcast later about baseball. How about that?
That sounds good. It sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, I know you're busy. Thank you for carving out time out of your schedule to be on the Top Gun show. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve. I really appreciate the opportunity, and I look forward to doing this again.
Will do. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Great. Thank you, sir.